I wanted to talk to you about the threat to your life. There was an attempt on your life at the end of last year, I think. You have said very openly that you believe the government may have been behind it and may be behind other plots to kill you. Obviously a very serious allegation. What evidence do you have that that is the case?
Well, look, the background is this, that ever since my party was removed from power, never has it happened that a political party's popularity has soared after that. Normally when a party is removed, in the past, people have distributed sweets. The party has gone down and takes time for it to come back up. In this case, the popularity of the party went up. There was a strong reaction to my government being removed. Never has it happened. Hundreds and thousands of people came out on the street the next day to protest. So as time passed, the people in power who removed, one was the army chief at that time, and the other were the people who are right now in power. They replaced me. So as time passed, they thought it was a bubble. But all the by-elections, and as I said, 37 by-elections took place. We won 30 of them. So it's unprecedented. No party has the sort of popularity that we have. Hence the plot to kill me, because they thought that, to get me out of the way. And who was responsible? The people in power. One intelligence agency officer called General Faisal Nasir, and then the Prime Minister and the Interior Minister. Both of them have a history of extrajudicial killing. I mean, there's an amnesty report about the current Prime Minister. He had some 900 people killed through police encounters. And there was a Model Town massacre. Both were involved in it. So they planned it. And 1.5 months before the assassination attempt, I went on public and told the public that this is what they have planned. And the religious so-called extremist was the one they would palm it off on. So I had predicted that, and it's exactly what happened according to script. Now, why my life is in danger right now? Because the same people are still in power, and they're even more threatened than before, because they realize the elections are near and we were going to win, and they're worried that I'll hold them accountable. So that's hence the problem.
I'm going to come to that in a moment, but just talking about your record. I will come to that in a moment. Let me ask this one question. What the government have said and what those who stand against you say is that during your term, you ended up having to turn to the IMF for an economic bailout, that the economy began to tank, that you made controversial comments about Afghanistan and the Taliban, that extremists took root in Pakistan. They say, your critics, that when you were ousted in a no-confidence vote, you were the first Prime Minister to whom that had happened. And it was really just your mishandling of your role in office that saw you leave government. And they say that that was a democratic process, the very democratic process that you say doesn't exist.
Look, first of all, to answer, I was just about to answer your question. Why did not I turn up to the court? Because my life was under threat. And the court, the particular court where I was supposed to turn up, there've already been 2 terrorist attacks there, and judges and lawyers have been killed. And my security team said that there's no way you can go there because no one can secure you. So we had asked to shift the premise to another court of law. And when it was done, I did appear. So this is a fallacy that I did not appear in any court of law. As I said, I've 140 cases, and I keep appearing in different courts. Now, when my government was removed in April last year, if you look at the economic survey of Pakistan, which surveys the economy, it's an annual report. It was the best economic performance of a team in the last 17 years. It overshot all its targets. So whether it was exports, remittances, tax collection, industrial growth, the growth rate was 6%, which is one of the highest in our history. So to say that the economic performance was bad is ridiculous, because all you have to do is look at the economic survey. And so it was an outstanding performance.
But you did need a bailout from the IMF.
No, No, we were already in an IMF program, because when we inherited the economy in 2018, it suffered from the biggest current account deficit. So that meant dollar shortages. So we had no choice but to go into an IMF program. And so to say that it was because of economic reasons is just, the facts and the economic survey of Pakistan completely refute that. About my foreign policy, what did I say about Afghanistan? All I said was there would never be any military solution, and there wasn't. And secondly, in Pakistan, I did not agree with Pakistan joining the US war on terror, because no country has sacrificed so many of its people for some other country like Pakistan did. 80,000 Pakistanis died in the US war on terror. So I was opposed to it because my interests are the people of Pakistan. So a foreign policy must be made for the benefit of your own people, not sacrificing them for some other country.
There are now a raft of charges that have been laid against you, the most serious of which are claims that you are a terrorist working against the interests of Pakistan. What do you say to those charges?
Well, Sangita, look, people in this country know me for 50 years. I'm probably the person most well-known in my country and for the longest time. So they know I've never broken one law of Pakistan in these 50 years. So these are completely fabricated cases, politically motivated, basically to keep me out of the election run. We have elections coming up, and so far out of the 37 by-elections, my party has won 30 in the last few months. And all the opinion polls show that we are going to win. So rather than face elections, basically they want me somehow out of the race, and with a lot of these charges, either to jail me or to disqualify me.
Members of your team have also been arrested. What is the situation for them?
Well, 3,100 of my supporters, of PTI workers, they are jailed right now. And this is an unprecedented crackdown which has happened in Pakistan. It's unique in a democratic history. I mean, even in martial laws, this was a bit extreme, the way the crackdown has taken place. And this is, again, I repeat, it is to weaken the party, because there are elections due this year. And the entire ruling coalition is petrified that if elections happen, they'll lose.